Hi, it's Mark here from Newbie Prepping. So, what a week! What's been going on this week? Obviously, you got volcanoes, bad weather. It's like, obviously, you got the war in two places in the world, and yeah, it's just been a crazy week. Sorry, didn't get back up quicker, but I'm still trying to learn the program. I'm getting there. Old dog, new tricks. But hopefully, the new editing by myself will be done for the next one. So, today's topic will be bugging out. Now, generally, you would have a specific location to bug out to when you're bugging out from your main house. Now, you could decide to bug out straight away, depending on what's happened, or you could bug out within a week, 2 weeks. All depends when you feel it's safe to do so. Now, in the list below, in the comments, no, not comments, but in the information below, there's loads of information there of what's gone on during the week and some ideas of what you can do when you're bugging out. Now, obviously, for the richer people, you can buy some land and put in a bug out shelter, and there's a website who designs and makes bug out proper shelters. Really good, give it a watch. And there's another guy, forgive me, he could be like, he's from Eastern European. He makes shelters with timber, digs it all out from the ground, and so these would be more permanent shelters to what you'd be bugging out to. So you could have a boat that you're bugging out to, someone else's homestead. So it depends where you're bugging out to and your preparations to do so. Now, what's the things to watch for? So, depending on the distance what you need to go, you would have to think about the way you're going to get there. Are you going to walk, bicycle, canoe, horse, car? Now, each one have their own pros and cons. Obviously, you're going to know the area where you're going to. Now, what generally preppers would do is have 3 ways of getting there, 3 different ways. So if you're going down the M1 or the M5 and it's blocked, what you're going to do? So have an alternative route what you can take to get past where it's blocked and carry on your journey. It may take longer. Have you got the supplies for it? So there's quite a lot what you need to think about if you're bugging out to a location. Now, what I'll also do for next week, I'll give a link to like Doomsday Preppers. Now, quite a lot of these are the extremes of what they are preparing for. But as you can see around the world, in Iceland you have got the volcano, what's erupting or on the verge of erupting. You've got obviously the war in Ukraine and obviously the war in Gaza, Israel war, and potentially there could be other ones what's looming. Obviously North Korea could start, China could invade Taiwan. We don't know. Iran could get involved in Gaza a lot more than what it already is by supplying stuff. So you do have to think about your location, where you're going to. Is it yours? Is it your friends? your preps, and what you're going to need to go. With your modes of travel, if there's unrest in the cities, and you don't really want to go when there's unrest on, obviously. At the moment, this is 1 o'clock on a Thursday night, so it's not Friday morning. There's trouble in Dublin at the moment because of some stabbing what's going on, and the local people are up in arms because of what's happened. Now there is links down below of the troubles what's going on now, and the report into what actually happened. Now I'm not a news broadcaster, so I'm not going to dive into what's happened, my theories of why it happened, you know, but the local people are annoyed, angry, and there's violence on the streets. So it's that sort of stuff what you need to be prepared for, you know, because I know on some of the clips you can see there's a police car on fire. If you're driving anywhere near there, it's not a good area for you to be in. And this could be anywhere in the streets of London, where you've got protesters and anti-protesters, and it could kick off. So bugging out to your location, you've got to find a safe way, or have a couple of ways where you can choose the safest ways. Next week I'll go into some equipment for what you would need for like your inch bag in case of emergencies, or a small bug out bag, what you need for a journey to get to wherever you're going. And then the following week I'll do if you're a survivalist prepper, when you need different skills. But in the news, wow, obviously the trouble in Dublin, the volcano, and there's a court case, I don't know if you know, there's links down below, of the vaccines. So there's a potential of payouts there, and it's very interesting how people can be manipulated. Now I'm not a scientist, and I'm not saying that I know it all. But for all those who said we was anti-vaxxers, doomsday seekers, we're the ones who are in trouble because we're not going to toe the line. Case closed. You know, see the findings of the court case, and you know, don't always believe what the government says. I've got a really good friend, James, and we've been on camps together with scouts and stuff like that, and we've been out socialising, and he does always come back and say, "Oh, you've got to believe the government." Yeah, like, I don't want to say something else, but there could be children watching. Make your own mind up. I don't care what you do. Yeah. If you want to go along with what the government says, fine. Don't come running to me when it goes pear-shaped. You got to use your noddle. You know. There's also some new film was the UN has come up and done about a global tax. There's links down below, and it's Neil who's found this out. So he's more professional in finance stuff. So have a look at his channel and find to know more about the UN tax, global tax. It's frightening. It's more ways of unelected bureaucrats taking their money. And in the EU, links are down below, they've voted for. Don't forget, these people who are passing this is not the people you have elected, as far as I know. These are like the committees who are self-appointed or appointed by friends and Klaus Schwab's and, you know, he has a big hand in it. And they've voted for the digital wallet. And straight away, what can we put in there? You know, so all your details are going to go in there. There is talks that you can have one holiday every 3 years when the digital currency comes out. One holiday. So if you enjoy your holidays, you know, and you go every year, you're not going to be able to do it every year. You know, so you plan your holiday, you save up for your holiday, and they will tell you where you can go on your holiday. And if you don't spend your credits or your money in this area, you can't spend it in that area. Your freedom's there. It's potentially they're gonna clamp down, tie you down to a few 100 meters or 15 miles or 15 minutes around your house, and it's terrible. What happened to the freedoms of what we're supposed to have? You know. But Lilly is talking about what's going on over where she is. There's a link down below. I'm trying to think the other links. I've got it all on paper, but I ain't got the paper with me. So these are some of the channels what you should be looking at and seeing where potential trouble could loom to help you decide when to bug out. If there's a flood coming, you don't want to bug out in the flood. You know, it'll be, unless you've got a boat and you can like paddle around the streets. Having the right equipment for bugging out is really important. You know, your mode of travel, as I said before. If you want to go stealthily on a horse, obviously you're not going to be a grey man then. It's obviously it's a guys with big saddles, with big side bags, and going across my field. Or if you've got a big jeep, a big pickup truck, and it's full of supplies, and you're driving off, it's like, oh. So you've got to disguise what you got. You know, just going in if you're going by car, who knows what you got in the back of your car? You know, dress appropriately if you're having to walk. You know, don't go out in like your combat gear in the streets. You know, and with all your bags, you're drawing attention to yourself. I've got some different rucksacks, so I'll show you and compare them, and you tell me which one will be more noticeable in the street if you see someone walking past. You want to be they always say it's someone right in front of you. You always miss. Hide in plain sight type thing. And the more you blend into to other people as you're going past, the easier it will be for you to get past, and without being stopped or questioned, or oh, look at the supplies what he's got. So that leads on to when you go. Some people can arrange to go straight away. Obviously, me and Rich, the plan is that he will come over to us. But then the plan could be that we have to go to him. Depends on what happens in the world. If it suddenly becomes a lot more colder and the ice sheets move closer to Northern Ireland and coming through Scotland, we'd have to go down south, get across to England, and get to him and go further south. So there is a lot involved. Write it down, keep a record of what you've got. I think my phone's just moving. Yeah. I'm going to put something behind it. There you go. It would help you come up with the best plan. If if there's no electric, what are you going to do for navigation? Do you know how to use a compass and a map? Now, I know it sounds, oh yeah, you point north. But it's not as easy as you think. Do you know how to find yourself where you are on a map? You know, because these days everyone relies on their phone. You know, turn it on, Google Maps. Oh, there I am. If there's no satellites or no electric, you know, and you're hiking, or if you're on the push bike or on a horse, you might not be able to pick up a signal. There might not be a signal for you to find where you are. So having a map and knowing how to use it it's really important to learn these skills, what you don't normally use in day-to-day life. And making sure you've got enough food, water for your journey. If you're going obviously by car or by motorbike, fuel. And if there's a problem at a pump station, or if there's a big queue, are you going to stop there, or are you going to go somewhere else? Storing fuel. Fuel after a period of time does go off. Believe me, it does go off. You know, and it's never saying, oh no, it don't, it's petrol. Well, yeah, but it's mixed. It's, you know, it will go off after a period of time, and you won't be able to use it in a car if you suddenly get it. But there are ways that you can prolong the life of it. Obviously, diesel would be better than petrol. Electric cars, where are you going to charge them up if there's no electric? So if you've got a new car what's electric and oh, I'm going to bug out in this, yeah, great. Unless you've got solar panels. Solar panels on a house. Quite a lot more people have got them now, which is great. Obviously it's good for the environment. Saves on money. But people know that you've got solar panels and you will have electric of some kind. And so potentially you could be a target for other people who want electric or to charge their things up. So there is a lot to think about. And again, I'm not telling you what actually to do, because I don't know what your plans will be. You know, your plans could be that you're going to go around to your next door neighbour who's going to barricade all the doors up and you'll be able to survive there for a year and a day. I don't know. You might be hiking from Giant Groves to Land End. It's a long walk if you're hiking, and you're going to have a wheelbarrow where you're going to carry all your stuff. I don't know what your plans are, so I can't say what you should do. But this is where it's for you to decide your plans and have a variant of your plan. You know, what if you go to your field, what you've bought, and you've got everything's there what you wanted, and there's been a flood and it's all flooded, you know, and all your stuff is gone. Well, if it gets raided, someone finds it by chance and it's all gone, what are you going to do then? So it's not, I'm not saying to have 3 or 4 different bug out places, but it could be an idea. Have a reserve place somewhere where you could go and make a den slightly underground. So the video link below where he's build a little cabin half in the ground, you know, and having stuff like this is not just a waste, because you can use this like for practicing going away with your family. You could make it quite comfortable. There's a link for the rocket stoves and converting it so it will give you heating around the house. or around the area. Now, rocket stove's really great. It heats up really quick. Sorry, I was eating peanuts earlier. But it's not an allergy or anything like that. Rocket stove's really good because it heats up really quick. You have to cook very comfortably on them. And this guy's converted it so you can heat up the water. It acts like a back boiler, and it heats up the other rooms what you might have, or it goes around and heats up the room and keeps it warmer, because obviously once you heat up water it will stay warm for a little bit longer than just the stove, because if there's no more wood in the stove it will go cold quite quick. But obviously the pipes what will be around the house or around your room will stay warmer until they start chilling off. So there's a link down below for that, and hope you enjoy going through some of these links. Obviously there's the link for Enforcer, which covers the war, both wars, and yeah, so I hope you enjoy some of the links. Let me know if there's anyone that I should be watching on like YouTube and watching what's going on, because it's always interesting to find new ones and get their perspective of what's going on. Or there could be someone like Map Star Observatory who reports on the shifting of the poles, which is still moving. So yeah, so there's all things what you can be thinking of. Now, I know just sitting and talking about bits and pieces is, it's quite boring. I hope that I've given you information what you've not thought of or you didn't know, or some ideas of what to do. And if you do, the button's just down there to give me a thumbs up, and like and subscribe. Pass it on to other people if you think they could be interested, because especially with what's going on everywhere, there's a lot more people looking at the prepping side of stuff. And I know this time next year things will be a lot different for myself, and I will go into that project or videos as it comes about. But I think you would enjoy it. It'll be a lot more hands-on, and videos of building different bits and pieces. And yes, and I hope to be seeing Rich in the next few weeks, and we will have obviously a Christmas drink, and we should be, fingers crossed, planning to do something together if he's not working, or without. He's just showed us, put on his Facebook page about he went to a forge and he was banging away at some metal, which was, he's always wanted to do this, so it's really good for him. And I'm going to say good night and keep abreast of what's going on, because with the troubles down south, I think it could spread. It's not good, and I've always said that any trouble like that happening over here would be a big mistake. And I don't know, I can't find the right word, but it's not going to be pleasant for some people over here. I say over here, it is one big island, so whatever happens in the Republic could spread up to Northern Ireland. It's quite easy, it's not that far away, and it can be things to look out for if you're living over here. But keep practicing, keep your skills up, keep planning. They're the main things, and be positive. You're planning for to survive whatever happens. So don't worry if, oh, the electric's all gone out, what am I going to do? Whoa, the time has come, you know. Don't worry, you know. You got your health, you got your family with you, you got your supplies, you know. Look on the positive side, you know, you're still alive. There'd be plenty of people who might not be, who didn't prepare, didn't keep everything in order to do stuff and be prepared for stuff. So be positive, and the positivity will get you through a lot of things. It will motivate you a lot more. If you're negative all the time, and it's, oh, I can't go there because what if this happens? You got your plan, get to where you need to go to, and then whatever is thrown at you, you deal with it, move on, and look for the next sunrise. You know, don't get bogged down and just give up. That's the worst thing. Positivity and looking on the bright side of whatever happens will get you through most things. So, I'm going to say goodnight. Did a little rant there, I do apologise. Once again, give us a thumbs up, a like and subscribe. It does help with the old algorithm. And leave your comments down below. So, for me, again, good night, keep training, stay safe.